How you doing, guys? I fell asleep last night, so I wasn't able to get the rest of it done like I wanted to, because the uploads for these videos took way too freaking long. Anyway, this is Amazing Spider-Man 1 Part 2 review. So, I was off at the part where I was telling you about the part where I loved that skateboard was just broken. And then after that whole fight scene, he runs back home. And then you get that speech from Uncle Ben. I don't get the speech because it didn't really work for me. His speech didn't work because they tried to not say specifically exactly what Uncle Ben told him, which made the whole movie feel kind of stupid because it's like, well, I get what he was trying to say, but he didn't say it. Like, he didn't specifically said, with great power comes great responsibility. And that's what threw me off this movie compared to the old ones. That's one big negative for me. So then he's mad at him, and he's like, again, that's the same concept. He's mad at him, doesn't care. Which does eventually, and then he runs away, and then Uncle Ben tries to look for him. He gets shot because he was trying to stop a robbery, and then Peter feels responsible. So then basically the next part 2 of the movie is him learning to make web shooters and to use his powers and to find the killer, and eventually get on the suit and make the official suit. And the suit, okay, let's talk about the suit, because the suit is, everyone's talking about that one. The suit's kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of stylish. I think that the suit is, it's alright. It's alright. It's not completely 100%, but it's there. Anyway, so he never really catches the guy again. There's never that variation. He kind of forgets. He kind of forgets who about him after this bridge scene where Dr. Connors finally becomes the Lizard, and he had to save this kid, and then he kind of was learning to be Spider-Man, I guess, and it's hard to even talk about it because it's like, like, you just forget about the killer. You just forgot, that's your whole plot. That's your whole half plot that you cut in half, Sony. And then you took it away, and you made us want to forget about it. You try to scrub it off, and then you try to focus on this lizard. And I don't get it. That was the plot of the movie, correct? Figure out who the killer was. Figure out what his parents really were. You fucked it up. You ruined your plot because you tried to push this lizard thing. The lizard thing was fine. You're lucky it worked. You're lucky Mark Webb had your ass there, because that would have been bad. That would have been a mess. So yeah, then we jump to the lizard, and then we get that. Then we do get a beautiful scene where he's shot in the leg, and he's just kind of looking down, and he's seeing all these people running for their lives because of this bomb that's going to explode. It's going to be like a lizard thing, turn everybody into lizards or whatever. And he's like, I don't know if I can do this. And he's like trying to inspire himself to do it. And then he's just climbing because he can barely web sling because his legs all, I don't know how you cannot web sling. Here's one thing I do like. I liked that he did not really know how to web sling yet. It was still kind of a work in progress. That's a good thing, because you're showing that it still needs practice before you can just up and start swinging. Like, even though the first one kind of jumped ahead of those steps, it was still like, but that one was like, okay, it feels natural. I'm starting to get it. But this one, I like how it's taking a while. I like how it's taking a while to web sling. I like how it's a process, which eventually is evolved to the second one, and that's a good thing. So then, like I said, then these people with these cranes come out of nowhere, so he could web sling forward and make it there in time. He web slings there, because it's kind of cool, because it's like, yeah, you're feeling the embracement of Spider-Man becoming Spider-Man, because he's finally like web slinging like we typically know how he web slings. And then he finally gets there. He's climbing the building up more, web zipping up like the freaking games. Gets up there and he fights Dr. Connors a little bit. And he's trying to stop the machine. Gwen's dad is up there. He gets killed. I don't know why Spider-Man would let that happen, because I don't care if you get hit in the face, I don't care if you get knocked down, you're not going to let your girlfriend's dad get killed, because then you're fucked. Basically. Yeah. I don't know, I felt like that death was that one was a little like thrown in for a sequel like build up, which I didn't like. I thought that it was a mistake to just kill him off like that. I mean, you could have did something with it, kind of like with Batman and Jim Gordon, how they have all these, they talk to each other and they kind of know each other to the point where they can trust each other, and maybe then work into it. But if you make him feel responsible for this, then it didn't work, because he felt responsible for that death too, and that's not the death he's supposed to feel responsible for. He's supposed to feel responsible for his uncle's death, never anybody else's, because that should not have been his fault. It was kind of put on that like that, and then at the end of the movie, when he finally stops him and everything, Connors goes to jail, of course, and you kind of sitting there and you kind of watching this whole, again, another funeral scenes, and then you get a stupid come back to school, hey, let's flirt more, 'cause even though your dad's dead. No, that didn't work for me. I don't liked how they just got back together so fast, because let's say if this was MJ, this would have took a lot longer, guys. This would have took a lot longer. This would not have taken a few freaking seconds with one little flirty joke that was completely stupid. It was a stupid joke. It wasn't even funny. And the only thing that was cool was the last 15 seconds at the end, where he's just showing his web slinging skills, jumping around and stuff, and then that was it. Then credits. And it was just another build up to another freaking movie. A crap movie that we will talk about after this one. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I gave this one a 7 out of 10. It was alright. It was a little bit above average. It had a lot of flaws, though. A lot of things I didn't like. A lot of things that they should have kept the same and not change, because that's what kind of fucked their movie up. But other than that, good movie. I recommend it. I do not recommend The Amazing Spider-Mans, because they're already rebooting it, so there's no point watching it, unless you just want to check it out for yourself. So, I gotta get a drink. Keep rocking and rolling, guys.